What's going on, guys? It's Orangey. Season 1 is finally here. And in Zombies, if you got into the end of Act 4, you noticed you've gotten this weird book and it doesn't tell you what to do with it. You're actually missing 3 more parts and it's pretty obscure how to find them. With the help of the Twitter community and everyone online, people were able to find these rather quickly. So in this video, we're gonna get straight to it. I'm gonna show you how to get the camera, the pill bottle, and the dog collar. And most importantly, how to turn them into legendary rarity. And just something real quick that I used to help me, there's an interactive map named like Warzone Hub that I used a lot to help me. I'm gonna link it below in the description. Use that because it helps so much. These guys that made this are absolutely legends. They're amazing. And lastly, I'm not a big YouTuber and I'm trying to be. So if this video is informational and it helps you out, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below because it truly does help me out a lot. So enough yapping, let's get into the video. So firstly, for the CCTV camera, you're gonna want dead wire on your gun. And then you're gonna want to find a harvester orb. You can find those using the interactive map I told you about in the beginning. And then you're just gonna shoot the orb like regular. You'll know it's working when the orb turns a golden color. And excuse my aim, I was doing this one-handed, like blindfolded, so that's why my aim's like that. And once you destroy the harvester orb, it will drop you the camera, but in a blue rarity. But don't worry, I'll show you how to get all the items gold later in the video. Next is the pills, and for this, you want to go to any Aether nest. Just open up your map, you can find Aether nests scattered throughout the whole map. And for this, instead of using dead wire on your gun, you're gonna need brain rot. So with your brain rotted gun, shoot one of the spores or, the cysts once. Only shoot it once, don't destroy it. Once you shoot it one time, it's gonna let you open the cyst. And inside that cyst will be the pill bottle. So that's the camera and the pill bottle. Next is the dog collar. So for this one, you're gonna have to find a dog house. Again, the interactive map really helps out here. And don't worry, you don't need no special mods on your guns or anything like that, like the last two. All you need is a Molotov or a thermite, which you can take into the match, which you can see here, I did a Molotov and a chunk of flesh. And how you get chunks of flesh is just by blowing up zombies. Then it's gonna spawn a hellhound. Once you kill the hellhound, it drops you the collar. Let me clarify a little bit on the chunks of flesh part. You don't necessarily have to blow them up. It's just blowing them up is the easiest. You can, with the pack-a-punch weapon, headshot them super close so they explode, and you can also get chunks of flesh like that. So here comes the part that's a little bit challenging. You're gonna have to do 3 secret bounties, and each bounty taking place in each one of the zones. So one takes place in tier 1, one takes place in tier 2, and the last one takes place in tier 3. So once you have all these items on you, you're gonna want to use an Aether rift. Again, use the tac map, it's so useful. It will save you so much time, it's not even funny. So once you enter the rift, you're gonna see 3 portals, the tier 1, the tier 2, and the tier 3. And it's up to you which one you do first. The order really doesn't matter. So for me, I went to the tier 2 portal first. And I'm not gonna lie, being solo and not being built up as well as I could be, these bounties were tough, especially the tier 2 and tier 3 ones. So as you can see, once you enter the portal, you're gonna see a trail of energy shoot down below you. And where that energy lands, that's where your contract is going to be. And it's also on your tac map. So the first item I got gold was the camera. And for me, I had to fight a bunch of tier 2 disciples. So, be somewhat built up because this is kind of tough. But when you finish your contract for your respected item, walk up to the reward rift and it will turn your item gold. So for me, it turned my camera gold. And we need our items gold to summon the boss at the end. So you're going to want to do this 2 more times because you need 2 more items to get gold. So that means finding 2 more Aether portals so you can go into those special portals that are in the sky. And this is completely doable solo. I did it solo. It just depends on how much you prepare and the knowledge you have going into it. Also, a quick tip, for tier 3 and the boss that you're spawning at the end, I recommend a Juggernog. It will help a ton, and it's only 10k in the tier 3 zone. It's not that hard to get. So if you're in a team or you're solo, get these bounties done and it will turn your items gold and you'll be ready for the boss. So you see, my last contract was in a tier 3 zone and I was built up pretty well, and I had a Juggernaut, so I swept through this with no problem at all. And something super important to people that I forgot to mention, you don't have to get these all done in one game. You can take the camera, dog tag, diary, you can take them all out and stash them in your inventory for later, because you only have to do this boss once to have access to sigils. So getting them prepped all one game and then doing it in another game, that's totally possible. So once you have the surveillance camera, pill bottle, dog collar, and the diary that you get for the mission, you're finally able to summon the boss. So how you summon the boss is you put each of the respected items on its pedestal. So the diary is ice, the camera is electric, the dog collar is fire, and the pill bottle is toxic. Little disclaimer, day 1, I had to keep on leaving and rejoining lobbies because sometimes it doesn't let you interact with the pedestals. But eventually I joined a lobby that let me interact with them and we beat the boss. The boss is a tier 3 abomination, which we didn't have really too much trouble fighting. Obviously, you want to be as stacked as you can when doing this Easter egg. The only reason we kind of breezed through it is because we had some randoms helping us. But if it was just me and my friend Fearless, we would have took Juggernauts and wiped them out almost instantly. So once you beat this behemoth, which you only have to do once, you have full access to the Dark Aether, because upon death he drops an Aether sigil, and after this, Aether sigils will start spawning in tier 3 contracts. So after you do all that, extract, and once you come back, this portal will be still standing for you, and that's where you use your sigils to enter the Dark Aether. So I hope you guys enjoy this little guide I put together. So get to grinding, and I'll see you guys in the next one.